Hello everyone, my name is Joni and welcome to Love Qualified, a ministry that is dedicated to encouraging others to experience the sovereign love of the one true God who has qualified us to be his beloved ones. I am the author of the 30-day poetry devotional called Outpourings of a Beloved Heart, and I've got two contemporary Christian romance novels out as well called The One Who Knows Me and The One Who Loves Me. Book 3 in that series is called The One Who Sees Me, and that will be out June 6th, 2023. As you guys know, I am an indie author, so an independent author. I am not traditionally published. What that means is that I'm not being published through a traditional publishing house like, Penguin Random House or stuff like that. I do it myself, and so I just wanted to have a chat because I've been thinking a lot lately about running the author business and just having some thoughts. I suppose this video is just to speak about some of these thoughts that I've been having. So if you'd like to, or you'd be interested in knowing about what I've been thinking, then keep watching. So I published my very first book, Outpourings of a Beloved Heart. That was August 2018. I didn't know very much then about like self-publishing or like indie publishing, and that was basically like, let me do this and let's see how it goes. But I normally say that the first time that I was very intentional about giving it a go at this and literally looking at this as a business, that was from 2021. So from January 2021, I made the decision to self-publish in September 2020, and I put a plan in place. And from January 2021, I was, very intentional about it until I published my first novel in September 2021. So you would say that in 2021, 2022, it would be 2 years this September since publishing my first novel. So I've been doing this for well over a year, almost 2 years, if you would say, intentionally. And I just wanted to share my thoughts of some struggles that I have encountered being an indie author, and just see, just share these struggles because of this channel is all about faith, entrepreneurship and lifestyle, and I just love sharing my entrepreneurship journey so I can help other creatives out there, especially Christian creatives. So let's go. Now, the very first thing that I find a struggle with running an author business as an indie author is that you make all the decisions. And one of the main things that people go into indie publishing is that they want the creative control. They want the control. It's not only the creative control, so yes, you decide in terms of what you want to go in your novel and things like that, or your books, but there's also the business side of things, and you need to be business minded. You need to, make all these marketing decisions. And it's exciting, but also scary in a way, because if you choose a marketing strategy and you pump money into it, so for example, you say, okay, let's try Amazon ads, and then you put money into that and then you don't get an ROI, so like a return on your investment, that's on you. Basically, like, that is literally on you. You made that decision. If you have a loss, it's you. So it can be scary sometimes. You're like, should I try this? Should I just be safe, or should I make risky decisions? Like, not too risky, but should I go for this and see how it turns out, or should I play safe? So all of those decisions lies on you because it's your business. Like, for example, Love Qualified Press is my author business. In terms of marketing strategies this year, like, I make those decisions in terms of whether or not I want to do newsletter promos, whether I'm going to rely only on social media marketing, whether I'm going to do newsletter swaps, whether I'm going to do like a blog tour, or whether I'm going to do Amazon ads. And so the return on investment is all about what I decide, and that can be scary sometimes. So yeah, that's one thing that I've found a little bit of a struggle, because there's always that worry that what if like I'm making a mistake by not going for this or going for it, and what if you end up losing money? So far I've been playing it safe in terms of the fact that I've not really done any Amazon advertising so far. I try to use as many free marketing strategies as much as possible. So I've been really using TikTok a lot, which has been working great for me so far. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. And I've done some newsletter promos here and there, particularly around times when I have discounted my books. So that has been working so far. I'm looking into Amazon advertising, but again, that's something that I haven't decided on. So yeah, it's just sometimes scary just to think about the fact that it's my call because it's my business. And so yeah, that's the first thing that I've been struggling with since going intentional about my author business. The second thing, I'm just looking down at my laptop here just in case you're wondering. The second thing is that there is no guarantee that things will kick off. Again, it's a risk that you're taking with any business, really. I think even with this, whether it's, you know, an author business or any other type of business, you don't know whether things will kick off, whether things will work out. I write a book of my heart, and I publish that book. There's no guarantee that I will get sales. There's no guarantee that I will get my money back, the money that I've invested. I feel that a lot more with indie publishing as opposed to traditional publishing, because with traditional publishing, obviously you get the advance, the author gets paid, and then whether or not, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know very much about traditional publishing, but my understanding is that the author gets paid in advance, and if the publisher doesn't make that advance back, the author still keeps that advance. Like, they don't, you know, it would be the publisher's loss because they haven't marketed that book properly or whatever. But with indie publishing, we pay it upfront, and then if we don't get the money back, that means we just stay at a loss. So there's no guarantee that things will kick off, and that can be scary sometimes as well, and that can cause a bit of anxiety. But you know, you just have to think about the long run, because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, if I don't get my money back before release day, or if I don't get my money back within the first month or the first 2 months, the first 3 months, or sometimes even the first 6 months, then I'm a failure. So far, like for my first 2 novels, I have been able to get the money back that I invested, thank God for that. But it took me, I think for both of them, it took me 6 months to make the money back, and it was less than £1,000 that I invested in both of them. I'm grateful that I've been able to get the money back, but like I said, there's no guarantee that that will happen, because it really depends on a lot of factors, and that can be scary sometimes. So yeah. Now, the third thing that I have been struggling a bit with running an author business is that it's just the fact that it's not consistent in terms of what you're getting every month. So I work as a physician associate, so I practice medicine and I'm a physician associate, and I work in healthcare. I have a standard salary that I get paid. So I work full time. I get a standard salary that I get paid every month. And I know that, yes, every month I'm going to get this amount of money. With the author business, it's not like that. Like you can get a certain amount of money this month, and then next month it just dips for whatever reason. Like, you are doing the same thing, but then we find out what was working for you before is not working anymore. There's just that, you know, up and down that a lot, like everybody, everybody experiences that. And again, there's a lot of factors that contributes to this up and down. Yes, some months are good in terms of some stability. I shared my author income report for last year on my YouTube channel, and I'll leave the link up here or here so you guys can see in terms of like sales and like book sales and the income for like all the months last year, and you can see just like the ups and downs and like the peaks and troughs. Every month is not the same, so it's kind of difficult for you to be like, okay, I'm gonna have this set amount every single month. It really depends on a lot of factors, and that's one thing that can be a little bit scary, because you're like, okay, I'm gonna get a lot of money this month, but next month there's no guarantee. Like every time a new month starts, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get any sales until the sales start rolling, and I'm like, okay, we're good so far this month. So that's a little bit of a struggle, something that I'm still getting a bit used to. So yeah. And then the fourth thing is marketing is hard. Like it is hard. And what I've learned so far is like marketing is connecting with people and creating awareness for your book. That is what marketing is, making connections with your ideal readers or your audience, and raising awareness or creating awareness as much as possible. So at the moment, my main way of marketing my book is through social media, so TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. So I'm there all the time, present, creating the awareness for my book. And then if people see that there is a need, if I'm trying to sell the books to them and say, this is the need that I'm fulfilling. If they feel like that's what is their cup of tea, then they're going to go and make the sales, or buy the book. So that is a lot of work. It involves you putting yourself out there. And I've noticed, sometimes that if I've not been posting TikTok videos, it affects the sales. So yeah, it's difficult, it's hard, because I just want to, sit back and just relax and just let the sales come in. But I've noticed that you actually need to put in the work to get the sales, and that is hard sometimes, because I'm just like, you would think that like writing books would be like passive or whatever. I think passive, it depends on what sort of marketing strategies you're using, because it's nowhere near passive, like as passive as, because you need to put in the work to get the sales. And obviously if you're using Amazon ads and stuff, you still need to set it up and then check in and stuff like that, and then the sales can be rolling in for you. Or you just outsource and let somebody else deal with the ads for you. I suppose that's passive. But I think, you need to sort of hone in on what works for you. At the moment, I think I'm doing okay. I'm just still sort of exploring like different avenues. And like I said, Amazon advertising is something that I'm still looking into. And I'll have to make up my mind at some point whether or not that's something I want to try. So far, like I said, social media marketing has been working okay. But yeah, it is hard. And it's something that I have been finding challenging. Although it's working so far, it requires a lot of work. And that moves on to my next point, which is my final point. Running an author business is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. Like self-publishing, indie publishing, it requires a lot of work. Yes, people do outsource a lot of things. Like I don't do everything myself. Like I always hire an editor. I hire a cover designer. Yes, I put stuff on vellum and format it myself, but it's so easy. Like I actually bought software and I do that myself. And writing a book, it's not easy. Like it's a lot of work. You write the first draft and then you reread it, make notes, and then you do editing, and then you send to beta readers, and then you send to your editor. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of commitment. It's not an easy business. It takes a lot of like brain power. It takes a lot of focus, attention. It is a lot of work. But I suppose what I'm learning is that what actually dictates success for me goes back to my why. And I've talked about this a lot on this channel. I am a Christian, and my faith plays a big part in my life, my work life, my business life, everything. And this business was founded on Jesus, on Christ, on God. I wouldn't be here without him. He gave me these stories to write. I wouldn't have an author business without him. I write for him and for his glory. Success for me is God being glorified through my book. Success for me is God working, like the message reaching the people who are supposed to be reached, and those people being encouraged and them giving glory to God. That is what I count as success as an indie author. The sales, the recognition, all of that's just on the side. For me, success is God being glorified and God's story being told and him getting all the glory. So although I've listed all the struggles that I've encountered so far running an author business, I still get, it's very rewarding. I still find it very rewarding because God is being glorified and I can see testimonies coming through. That is my motivation to keep going. That is my motivation to be like, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy partnering with God. I enjoy working for him. I enjoy being his vessel, being the one that he uses to touch others through these words and through these books. And that just seals the deal for me. And that makes the struggle all worth it. Because sometimes, it's hard. And I just like, is it really worth continuing? Like, do I really want to continue doing this? But like I said, God takes all the glory, and as long as he takes the glory, I'm satisfied. So yeah, those are my thoughts really. I just wanted to come on here and share some of my thoughts, and let me know what you guys think of these things I've shared. Let me know what you also have been struggling with in running. It might not be an author business, but your business in general. If you're also an entrepreneur, I would love to know what what struggles you found in your business. If you're comfortable sharing them, then share them down below. If you haven't already, if you love contemporary Christian romance books, then check out my books. I'll leave all the links down below. I'm still looking for some people to join my book launch team. You help me to reveal the cover, and also you would help me with sharing, creating awareness about the book on social media, and you also get an advanced reader copy for free. So if you'd like to do that, then I'll leave the link to join the book launch team down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember that the sovereign love of the one true God has qualified you to be his beloved one. Have a lovely day, and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.